Let's go to Landon in Leesburg, Georgia. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Landon? How are you?
Good. What's up, Stephen A?
All right,
Just
man.
wanted to know your opinion on Zach Wilson filling in for Aaron Rodgers on the Jets. How do you think he'll do, and how do you think that will impact this season?
I think Zach Wilson is straight garbage. I think he's straight garbage. I don't think he was ready for the NFL. I don't think the Jets have done well to hone him for the NFL. I think he was awful last year, and you know you're bad when your own teammates are wearing Mike effing White T-shirts. Literally, Mike effing White. That's what the T-shirt said when they were going into Minnesota with Mike White as their quarterback because Zach Wilson had gotten hurt the week earlier. They were ecstatic that Mike White was coming in as their quarterback because they had no belief in Zach Wilson. And so we fast forward to the offseason where you're learning under the guidance and tutelage of Aaron Rodgers. Okay? Aaron Rodgers goes down then the first possession, the first offensive series of the season for the Jets. He goes down. And when he goes down, what happens to Zach Wilson? The Buffalo Bills lost to the Jets because they committed 4 turnovers. The Jets needed 4 turnovers from Josh Allen and a punt return in overtime to win the game. And then the second game, Dallas just mugged them. I don't have any reason to believe in Zach Wilson. I think Saleh is saying what he says because the Jets spent the number 2 overall pick on him. They should have drafted Justin Fields, but they didn't. And now they're paying the price for it, GM Douglas. All right? It is what it is, but I don't have any faith. I hope that I'm wrong. I certainly didn't like Zach Wilson being on the bench. And while he's on the bench, before he was on the bench, Garrett Wilson put that nasty-ass move, Landon, on Trayvon Diggs and got wide open in the upper left corner of the end zone, and Zach Wilson completely missed him. And then you're on the bench laughing, knowing that that was a greatly missed opportunity against the Dallas Cowboys, who has arguably the best defense in the National Football League. How the hell could you do that? But that's him, because you see, when you're not a winner, it doesn't faze you when you're losing. You're used to it. You're accustomed to it.
Do you think they should ride it out with Zach, or do you think they should pick up another quarterback?
Hell no. Carson Wentz, Nick Foles, people like that. You got to try something. You can't stick with Zach Wilson. I don't think you can. Now, don't get me wrong. It's probably going to be easier for him in the weeks to come than it was in Dallas this last weekend. I get that part. But I'm not a believer in him, and I hope I'm wrong. I'm not rooting against him, but I don't believe in him. I think he's hot garbage half the time. Not all the time, but half the time I think he's hot garbage. And I think that he's a person whose maturity you can question, because I don't know how much he actually learns in terms of getting better and being a leader behind center in the National Football League. I don't think he has the respect nor the belief from his teammates. And I think ultimately their frustrations are going to show if performances like Sunday to continue to rear its ugly head. And by the way, the Jets did him no favors. Saleh doesn't coach offense. He's a defensive coordinator that became the head coach. And how in the hell do you let Nathaniel Hackett come in there and be an offensive coordinator? I understand he was decent once upon a time, but that was with Aaron Rodgers as quarterback. So you bring him in there when Aaron Rodgers is there. But Aaron Rodgers, what if Aaron Rodgers get hurt? You didn't ask yourself that question as a New York Jet? Nathaniel Hackett, with the job that he did in Denver last year, that's who you're asking to school Zach Wilson? He couldn't school Russell Wilson. How the hell he going to school Zach Wilson? So my condolences to you, my brother. It's going to be a long season. I don't believe the Jets are going to make the playoffs, but I hope I'm wrong, because I certainly do not root against them. Peace and love, my man. Thank you so much.